That's St. Louis facing St. Louis. Baseball tonight presented by Chevrolet. We've had some guys tell us that the infield plays just like the Trop. Corey Seager hopes the outfield plays short. He can hit ball over the wall, which led him to the...
What's up, everybody? Tuesday night, Personals with Heath, live casebreak.com.
Right shoulder seems to be locked and loaded. Mookie Betts has one World Series under his belt. He's trying to do it now on the other coast. He won one with the Red Sox at 18, and now he's a Dodger. It will be for a dozen years. And Barry Bonds, a.k.a. Randy Arozarena. He's been outstanding. And as Tex keeps asking on our show, why in the world would you pitch to him? Rays started his journey against the Blue Jays. Then they took care of the Yankees, and then it was the Astros. They end up facing the Dodgers, who on their journey dispatched the Brewers, the Padres, and the Braves. And now all of a sudden, here we are with a World Series that, in spite of the pandemic and a 60-game season, it feels right. It feels appropriate. The intensity is there. The excitement. It all feels like we're somewhere else instead of a studio right now.
This is spectacular. I mean, we wish we were there in Arlington, but you know, we started this postseason and we were wondering,
What's up, Ben?
the playoffs, you know, allow for someone that doesn't deserve to be there to get into the World Series?
Is he? He might be. I didn't look at the news today, so I don't. He didn't show up on my street. Let's just say that. How are things going down under?
The Rays played exceptionally well this season, and with the comeback that the Dodgers made, they got some serious momentum coming in here.
You know the story of Victor Frankenstein, who developed the monster? This is Andrew Friedmanstein's monster. He, of course, now with the Dodgers, created this whole Tampa Bay thing and uses analytics and sabermetrics to put themselves in a great position. And tonight, the Rays have to deal with one of the great pitchers of our generation, Clayton Kershaw. 5th career World Series start in Game 1. The numbers in Game 1 haven't been good, but forgive and forget.
I think every year is different. You know, obviously postseason, you have that experience to draw on. So just trying to, you know, learn from that as best you can.
Nice.
At the same time, every year,
Always nice to get
Rays are a different team in the National
some cards in the mail.
So, you know, I'm going to prepare like I always do and be as ready.
How long does it usually take to get your stuff once it's shipped from stateside?
10 Game 1 starts in a World Series. 4 and 5, 5.86 ERA, 11 home runs allowed. Take a look at the other numbers.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw's a guy, Carl, that has to spot up. When you go through his arsenal, I mean, he's not throwing 95 miles an hour anymore, so he's going to throw that fastball 91, he's going to throw that slider in there.
2 to 3 weeks. Yowza.
First pitch strike rate is off the charts.
It's 70%. And Ravi, the game we did against the Brewers, remember, he struck out 13 batters, every one of them on a breaking ball. So
I got a card off a guy in Finland,
and his spot his fastball.
and it's been about 3 weeks now. Says it's in California, so maybe another 3 to 4 days I'll get it over here on the East Coast here.
He's one of those guys that he wants to live low in the zone, so it's okay if you swing at a pitch a little bit high in the zone because he's not going to continue to elevate it. I'd be looking up in the zone all day long.
What do you got, Ben? The Dodgers or the Rays in the World Series?
Winner may be slowing down some. Clayton Kershaw turned in a fantastic 2020 season. After years of declining velocity, Kershaw flipped the narrative this year.
I collect some cards, not cars. Cards. You got the Rays. They're the underdog, that's for sure. See what happens. I really don't care one way or the other. The Dodgers spend so much money every year. You'd think they'd win it sooner or later. But
Now, the velocity's helped, but Kershaw has been as good as any starter in baseball at throwing strike one. He's been rather predictable with the first pitch. Throwing first pitch fastball 70% of the time, and a slider 28% of the time. But he gets a called strike where he's swinging this 70% of the time with the first pitch. By far the most in baseball. It's getting better in the postseason. Against the Padres, Kershaw throwing first pitch strikes at 15 of the first 18 innings of the game. The Padres were very aggressive with that first
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. So, I saw a stat that Kershaw and Mookie Betts make like 26 million or something like that, and the Rays' whole roster makes 28 million this year. So, that's nuts. What a bargain the Rays management and owners have that they're in the World Series only spending 28 million, and some other teams have to spend that on 1-2 players and don't even get there.
I was only in one World Series. Derek Jeter had been in, I believe, 6 up until that point. When you go into a game and you try to worry about what the manager's saying or the front office or the media or fans, that's when you get out of your game. Clayton Kershaw or anybody that's playing in this World Series, needs to understand they got there for a reason. That's because they executed on the field. So the more you can block out those distractions, the better.
Yeah, that was a good movie. But yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, that's why I think a lot of people want the Rays to win.
And he had a victory in every one of them, meaning he's has something to do with the winning of the Dodgers over the years. And if he gets 13 strikeouts in this World Series, he'll have more strikeouts than any pitcher in the history of the postseason. So yes, he hasn't been close to the Clayton Kershaw of the regular season, but he's not an epic failure in the postseason, as some people make him out.
All right, so let's go over, Kyle touched on it, velocity's up. Again, put yourself in the batter's box, tell us what he brings to the table.
Well, I think one thing that we have to look at is his slider. And Clayton Kershaw has been dominant, or at least was the first 2 rounds in the playoffs because of that slider. And you want to look at the first 2 rounds against the Brewers, it's keeping it low. Because he hides the ball very well, hitters have a very short amount of time to figure out, is this a fastball or slider? And anything that's down, it's darting out of the zone. That slider was down consistently against the Brewers and Padres. But then against the Braves, he left a few of those pitches a little bit up. It wasn't as sharp, it was flat. You see the home run to Ozuna there, just kind of spun up there. So if I'm the Rays, I'm looking at getting the ball a little bit up in the zone. But if that ball's spinning early, I go back to the dugout and say, hey guys, we can hit his slider tonight.
And that number right there indicates, as Dave Roberts, who will join us shortly, is likely to tell us, look, when you see any blip on the radar, you can take him out of the game.
Right, and this is what we learned from the last start. And Tex told us 3 pitches into the 6th inning. He looked at me and he said, you got to get him out of there. He's done. He's already lost it. He could see it after 3 pitches, but he faced 3 batters in that inning, and it was clearly one too many. That's the lesson that Dave Roberts learned. Every other pitcher gets taken out at the first sign of trouble. He should too.
Right. When Cash took more now, did you say to yourself, that's a good move or not?
It worked. No comment.
It did work. Boy, it was leaving a lot of people curious. That dude just gave up 2 hits. He's got 2 outs in the 6th, and we're yanking him. So the leash on that guy. Tyler Glasnow gets the call in Game 1. Rays feel good about it.
The Tampa Bay Rays are going to the World Series.
Yeah, I sort of was rooting for the Braves also.
Who makes the catch?
Hi, I'm Leo Damas. I'm Brandon Lau. I'm Bo. I'm Austin Meadows. Hi, I'm Tyler Glasnow.
Back-to-back Ks for Tyler Glasnow.
You are watching baseball tonight. Baseball.
Steve Garvey, them old guys. Them old Dodgers. Davey Lopes.
Life is uncertain. Have dessert first. Must be the thinking behind the new Atkins dessert bars. 4 rich, amazing recipes and 1 gram of sugar. Anyone for dessert?
Try Dolce de Leche. New and only at Target.
First rule of special ops, be aware of your surroundings. Complete visual clarity, because survival, safety, and success depend on it. These special optics give you the power to see all your surroundings. They're HD vision, special ops. Most sunglasses just make things darker, and in a tactical situation, that can be deadly.
Inspired by the needs of our men and women in uniform, Special Ops offer UV protection, are scratch resistant, and can survive the harshest conditions.
Because no matter where you are or what you do, seeing clearly can save your life.
You can get HD Vision Special Ops for $19.99. You'll also get our HD Vision Night Ops glasses absolutely free. Night Ops enhance color, clarity, and cut the glare of oncoming headlights. Both pair for just $19.99.
Don't wait. Get your special ops today.
To order, call 1-800-701-9042. That's 1-800-701-9042. Or you can go online at hdspecialops.com. Call or click today.
sure-fit, non-slip design for all-day comfort to help give you peace of mind in today's uncertain world. An easy-to-breathe, thermal-regulated fabric with smart technology to keep you comfortable and cool. And a lightweight fabric with UPF 30 face protection against harsh elements. And unlike disposable coverings, you can wash Cardwell face protector with soap to give you the clean face protection you need. Designed with smart technology fabric, reinforced stitching, and stay-dry wicking.
See the Dolphins named Tua the starting quarterback today. I'm a big Dolphins fan, so I'll be interested to see how he does.
Sure-fit garment, built-in smart technology with UPF 30 to keep cool and comfortable in harsh environments. Washable and reusable, so you are never without protection. And copper infused to kill odor-causing bacteria. Copperfit Guardwell is the most comfortable, breathable, and built-to-last face protector you will ever wear. Guaranteed, or your money back. Copperfit Guardwell is in stock now for immediate delivery. But demand is very high and supplies are limited, so don't wait. We know these are difficult times, so we made special arrangements to send you 2 copper-infused Guardwell face protectors for a limited time for only $19.99.
Yeah, Ben, I've been into New York City a few times. I'm not a big city person, but it sounds like it's a pretty cool show. There's a link if anybody's looking for personals tonight. Game 1 of the World Series coming on in a little while. Just hanging out, chatting.
Saturday Night Football presents the return of the Big Ten.
Yeah, they have a bye week coming up this week, so he gets basically 2 full weeks with the practice with the number ones and sort of get up to speed for their next game. I think they play the Rams. Aaron Donald, that defensive end, is pretty good, so I don't know if it's such a good idea to start him against the Rams defense, but I guess we'll get to see if he's the real deal or not.
He takes pride in his hair too, dude. I see him working on it every single day after he gets out of the shower, about 30 minutes worth.
I do have to blow dry the hair. It's kind of thick. It gets all over the place.
It's just glass. He's always bouncing around. His hair is always flying around. I don't know what he uses the products and stuff, but a little bit behind here, that hunter's coming in hot, so it's pretty intimidating.
I only have 1 Tua card so far for my collection. Out of that, I got the Choice Mosaic out of the Mosaic Choice box. It's pretty cool looking. Now Herbert's with the Chargers, Ben, and he's been doing pretty good. And he's been doing pretty good, so he looks good. We'll see as the season goes on.
I'd say they're obviously different than the Astros. I think you have to go about them a bit differently, not getting into like too many specifics and whatnot. But
Phoenix is Phoenix football. Yeah, I seen that on Panini's website.
Game planning stuff. Being the Dodgers, kind of where I'm from, it's a special moment for me for sure. But like you said, you knew my answer was going to be I'm just preparing like it would be any other start, just traditional game planning stuff. Go out, compete, and try and do as well as I can.
Grew up watching Clayton Kershaw, a Dodger fan. And Tex asked a good question, and we'll get to that in a moment. Like, is he going to have that breakout moment because he's got such great stuff? One of the issues for him have been the home runs allowed. Regular season 11, postseason half dozen. He's now facing a great home run at 18. Kyle Peterson on Tyler Glass now.
When talking Tyler Glass now, it all starts with eye velocity. His average fastball this year was just shy of 97 miles an hour, 3rd highest among AL starters. That elite fastball velocity has risen in the postseason to just over 98 miles an hour, even sometimes on short reps.
Do you collect any football, Ben? Down there? Who's your favorite team?
Plays a big part in the success of that pitch. In fact, nobody in baseball has a release point closer to home plate than Glasnow does on his four-seamer. The average major league pitcher gets 6.4 feet of extension before release. Glasnow gets 7.6 feet on that pitch, meaning he's well over a foot closer to home plate when unleashing that high 90s fastball. And as a hitter, it makes the fastball velocity look even greater. And it's not just a fastball for Glasnow. His curveball has true 12 to 6 spin. He uses it a lot with great success. This year alone, Glasnow's whiff percentage is near 50% with the curveball. And he's top 5 in all of baseball in strikeouts and swing and miss with that pitch. Now, the one knock on Glasnow, when hitters do make contact, it's often hard contact. He allowed 11 home runs during the regular season. 7 on the four-seam fastball, 3 on the curveball, and 1 on the change. And he can struggle to locate at times, walking close to 10% of the batters he's faced this year. But when Glasnow throws strikes, he's one of the toughest matchups in the major leagues.
Yeah, so there was a but in there, and there's a win in there. So there are some questions, and I think as a hitter, again, let's go back to your experience. When you think that guy out there is going to do something, be this dominant guy, and then it's not exactly that. I assume that helps you out a lot as a hitter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think stocking up on this year's quarterbacks might not be a bad idea, Ben.
98 average fastball. We've seen him 100, 101 with that fastball.
We'll see how they pan out, but so far they seem to be playing pretty good. Packers fan. My wife likes Aaron Rodgers. She's a Packers fan because she likes Aaron Rodgers. So I got our Rodgers football jersey she could wear on Sundays. She watching football.
The issue has been with Tyler Glasnow is not throwing enough strikes and getting behind in the count. When you're behind in the count, now the fastball gets a little bit more hittable. You see the home runs here. The ball that Stanton hit is still going. And I think the issue is that hitters all of a sudden get very confident because if you're down in the count, he doesn't have that kind of get-me-over curveball. It's a pretty hard pitch. They know fastball's coming. It's all about getting ahead of the count for Glasnow.
And he struck out over 14 batters per 9 innings this year. That's the highest rate in baseball for a starting pitcher. I think this is his turn, and I think it's his time. He's 6'8", he looks like a movie star, he can do a backflip, he's from LA, everything is lined up, and he's on full rest, and they really need him tonight. If they win game 1 with him, and they got the other 2 lined up on full rest, that puts the Rays in a really good spot.
But to your point, this is a really good fastball hitting team, so they have that going for them. And yet when he releases the ball, it feels like Randy Johnson from the right side, he's right on top of you, right?
Yeah, people ask you, okay, what does that even mean, the release point? Well, it's pretty simple. You have a foot less to see the ball. I mean, guys that kind of release the ball out here are going to do the hitters a much bigger service because you just see the ball, you see the spin a lot longer. When you're 6'8" and you release it way out in front, that's just another foot less than I have to see the ball and react to the spin.
You want to take a look at Tyler Glasnow's arsenal here because, as Tex pointed out, there is that nasty curveball. But we've seen other pitchers, when they get behind 2-0, they'll throw a curveball. You're saying Glasnow won't do that because he doesn't really trust him.
I'm saying that he does not have the curveball,
that he can rely on.
and that he can rely on to get back into account. We've seen Justin Verlander for years and years and years get back into account with his off-speed pitches. That's not Glasnow. You look at this curveball, it is completely wiped out. And that's why I say, I don't know how anyone hits it.
Right, and that's why keeping it in the ballpark is so important for him. He's got 4 innings total lifetime against the Dodgers, all in 2018 in relief, and Cody Bellinger hit 2 homers off. Granted, it was 2 years ago, but something to keep your eye on tonight.
Another thing to keep an eye on because of these relievers that come in and throw hard, let alone Glasnow as a starter.
Yeah, Tannehill's getting protection and not getting killed with the Titans like he did in Miami. Yeah, I never thought it was a Tannehill problem when he was with the Dolphins. I always thought he never got protection and time to do anything. And he never really had a great running game either. Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, he scored this past weekend, didn't he? So... I just put this one up on. I I just threw this one up on eBay, Ben. It's the marble Justin Jefferson Spectra. One of my buddies hit it. And he sold me this plus a bunch of other stuff. Pretty nice looking card. He's doing pretty well, Justin Jefferson. I have him on my fantasy football team.
And the Rays jerseys that I'm seeing all say Longoria on the back. Now, this is not to say that there are not Tampa Bay Rays fans out there.
Yeah, it's just so expensive. That's my problem. Like, I'd love to open like 3 cases of that stuff because it's so nice looking, but can't even do 1 box.
Tyler Glass now, Blake Snell, G-Man Choi jersey. There are plenty of choices. But this, guys, is going to feel like 7 Dodger home games. They are going to be louder. They are going to outnumber them. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Rays react to that.
Yeah, that's interesting because a lot of times experience plays a big factor because you've dealt with loud crowds. Well, there's not a huge crowd, but you just painted a picture where it's going to be a very Dodger crowd. And that's
Yeah, everything's numbered.
with regards to the manager
So
we've seen some moves that definitely leave you shaking.
even some of the, like you're saying, some of the base is great. And then if you get a like a Nebula or a marble looking one, it's really nice.
It's our year. Kind of give us a tail of the tape of the 2 managers.
Yeah, I think the Rays feel like it's their year too. And the thing is, they are going to do it their way uncompromisingly. Like you saw that, Ravi, in Game 7. I think you and I had the same reaction when Kevin Cash pulled Charlie Morton after 5 2/3 innings. What are you doing? The guy is absolutely filthy. And
I think the basketball was closer to like 900 or something like that, and the football's around like 750 from what I saw. I haven't really looked at it that close because as soon as it was that high, I was like, okay, that takes me out of the game. I'm not in. Oh, wow. What's up, Ernie?
Introducing MLB Film Room, powered by Google Cloud. Create custom reels. Search 3.5 million videos. Watch, create, share. Only at MLB.com/filmroom.
That would not be a bad one to hit. That's for sure.
Because he slammed elbows with a teammate, popped his right shoulder. It's back in, and he's in the lineup. We'll talk about him when we return. Baseball tonight, World Series style.
Yeah, I got Major League Baseball tonight on. Got a little more than like a 30-40 minutes till the game kicks off. But I have that on. Watch it, hanging out. Wow, he's flying to get it? Wow. Wonder what that card's gonna do. If he's flying to get it, he must think it's gonna do 15, 20, 25K or something. I have no idea. Yeah, I got no idea on that. It's out of my price range, I know that much. 5 to 10K. I mean, I guess if you got the money and you got nothing else going in life, you can go and fly and pick a card up there, but for 5 to 10K, but I mean, I sent off Gold Select Zion to BGS. Man, I was, worried about would it get lost in the mail, but it got there and got back to me, so. I seen some guy the other day, he hit a kaboom on one of the Facebook sites. He hit a kaboom Mahomes, and he drove 6 hours to the breaker's house to get it and 6 hours back. And I was like, it's a lot of driving. But I guess if you really want to have it in your possession, you don't want a chance that you're gonna lose it in the mail. Yeah. Oh, so it's in the Patriots uniform. Yeah. Then definitely, people pay big on that one. All right, Ben, Ernie are both Rays. I'm going with the Rays. That's who I'm cheering for. I don't know who's going to win. That's who I'm cheering for, the Rays. How about that Randy Arozarena? Like, all of baseball season so far, all the products, like, his stuff really hasn't sold for hardly anything at all, and now stuff's getting nuts. People probably have his stuff sitting in their common boxes. Digging them out, getting good money for them. Khabib versus Gaethje this Saturday. Yeah, I had him on my fantasy, the second baseman Lau from the Rays. I mean, he's a great second baseman for fantasy stats. I got to think about maybe we keep 5 hitters. I might have to keep him on my team next year. He got nice power for a second baseman. I mean, if you really think about it, besides Arozarena, I can't even say it now, I just messed it up. Besides him, Randy, the rest of the team was pretty cold in that NLCS, so a lot of their bats need to wake up here in the World Series. Yeah, well, like I said, they I don't even know, what did they bat under 200? In the NLCS, the Rays. It's crazy.
Baseball tonight is presented by Chevrolet.
Yeah, I don't know, with the shortened season, Ben, I didn't go back and look at that. There was talk about that they might put Franco on their World Series roster and let him make his Major League debut in the World Series. But then they said, nah, ain't going to happen. That'd have been awesome. I have him on my fantasy team. I've just bought him to stash him, and in case they would bring him up so I could see if he's the real deal. Yeah, I know that they didn't, but that would have been pretty cool if he would have came out and lit it up in the World Series and they would have won the World Series with him. Oh, man.
You know, a lot of people talk about the bat, the home runs, but really it's all facets of the game: the speed, the power, the defense. Freak athlete.
I mean, he can do everything. It's more like, what can't he do?
Well, Kershaw's hittable in the playoffs, so we'll see what they do with him tonight.
Play with a 5-tool guy like that. It's pretty cool. Like a once-in-a-generation type talent.
Always asked to read the Little League World Series. You ever notice somebody that may someday end up being a Major League player? He's one of 14 guys that played Little League World Series and now, of course, is in the Major League World Series. That's Cody Bellinger. There is his postseason career numbers. And for Bellinger, it's seemingly like feast or famine, right? I mean, it's like hot and then kind of cold, and now you're here, now you're hitting 6, and now you're dropping a bomb to win the whole thing.
Yeah, Ben, it would be exciting for us card collectors and our card people to see him get out there, but in reality, unless you're 100% certain that guy's just going to, do it for you, it's tough to, with no real Major League experience, to go ahead and just throw him out there in Game 1 of the World Series. What a gamble that would be. But if it paid off, man, wow.
We talked about this. The way he fought those two pitches off, away from him with his B-hack, emergency hack, just to stay in it, then he hit a bomb.
Well, and you look at good hitters, what they do is they spoil tough pitches. They don't swing at the bad pitches. And even when you're down in the count, if you don't put them away, eventually you're going to get a pitch. So you see Chris Smart here in this big...
They did say he'd be up in the majors while he's still in his teens. So I don't know if he's 18 or 19 now. So probably next year he'll be up right out the gate, I would guess. Or maybe they'll wait till the middle of April to get an extra year on his contract, or however they do that. So
All of the best hitters will not get themselves out, will just fight until they get their pitch to hit, and that's what Bellinger did in Game 7.
It was an amazing at bat. I thought that fastball, I guess that wasn't that great a pitch. The one that he did foul off, I thought, don't do that again, because he's gonna.
That's exactly what we said. We were watching, we go, uh-oh. And that got put in his memory bank. So you have that memory bank.
Right.
If it's there again, I'm going to get the bat head out just a little bit more and pop it.
So it is interesting, and you made the point, like Bellinger and Peterson all sat last time they were in the World Series. They're not sitting. And obviously Peterson against the righty, he's in the lineup.
yeah.
He's a big-time home run threat.
Yeah, but I believe Soto was already playing most of the year, wasn't he? He didn't just show up Game 1 of the World Series and said, here you go get him.
Like, this is our year, this is our year. What was all that about after you won the LCS?
I don't know. I'm pretty even keel, but I guess emotion got the best of me right there. I guess I did go hard.
But Soto definitely turned out to be the real deal so far.
Interestingly, like Kevin Cash takes Charlie Morton out and giving up 2 hits. He had runners at first and third. It's a 6th inning. This isn't asking you about the decision, but it's about asking you as the manager against a team that sometimes does things that you wouldn't necessarily expect. What types of challenges does that present to you?
Yeah, certainly. I think that their roster construction speaks to that. They got some extra relievers.
Who do you got, Ben? Khabib or Justin Gaethje on Saturday for the UFC? Does Khabib get him down and maul him, or does Gaethje fend him off? Land a few.
It's going to be a cat and mouse game of chess. It'll be it's going to be a great series.
Hey Dave, it's Tex. Congrats on another great season. I'm curious, you've had to start and stop. You've had all of the protocols that the players have had to go through. No days off in the postseason. What's been the biggest challenge for you this year getting back to the World Series?
Yeah, Tex, that's a good question. There's been so many. I think that the original start and stop, to then have guys in quarantine and the team thread, to get them back in a short ramp up with the starting pitchers, the position players, then to go out and play 60 games under all these kind of regulations, and a lot of players and coaches.
Yeah. Gaethje was an All-American wrestler, but I'm not sure that translates into Khabib's world. If he can fend off a takedown or two early in the fight, it might give him a puncher's chance, because of his striking is great and he can take a punch. But we'll see. We'll see on Saturday. I guess Khabib says if he wins, the only fight he would take after that is GSP. My question is, at what weight class would them two guys fight? Because GSP was, 170, and Khabib's 155, so it'd have to be a catch weight, because I'm not sure St. Pierre could get down to 155. And if he did, I think he'd lose a lot of his strength to get there. So...
And because of the lot of guys we have that can get lefty and righty out, and all your experiences with Clayton Kershaw, here he is starting in Game 1. What have you learned in the past? Where are you now with regards to the decision-making, when to pull somebody like Kershaw? Now, you can just go back to the Morton decision, where the guy looked like he was going to get everybody out, gave up a couple of hits, and he gets hit. What have you learned?
Yeah, you know what? I think that with Clayton, I think with Charlie, with any major league pitcher, starting pitcher, you got to still watch the game and make sure their stuff is still where it needs to be. I just don't want to live in a world of a hard stop, and I just think that I still have to watch the game and understand that we came out of Game 7. I would say...
I don't, Ben. I know Tim was talking to me about possibly sending me a new package with some newer stuff in it. But I don't have anything like in the last couple weeks new. Probably the newest thing I have is the 2020 UFC stuff. That was the latest that came out, and that's been a little while now. So
Hey, Rosarena. Giving credit to Greg Colley, baseball director. Give me credit.
Randy, what he did was pretty miraculous.
Rosarena.
Randy Rosarena show just keeps on trucking. Remember that National Vote Early Day is October 24th. For more information, visit IamAVoter.com.
10 years ago, we founded Loan Depot because we were confident we could deliver the American dream of home ownership to individuals and families across the nation.
Serving more than 27,000 customers a month, lowering payments, providing jobs, and investing in neighborhoods and communities nationwide.
We know what it means to put down roots and bring dreams to life.
Ben, here's the link just so you can look and see what's actually on there. And then what's not on there is the 2020 UFC, and then I have Illusions, Basketball, Blasters, and Fat Packs, and Chronicles, Basketball, Blasters, and Fat Packs that are not on that page there, that link. So, if you're interested in anything, let me know. If not, hang out, chat.
Massaging weighted heating pad. Calming Heat combines the soothing benefits of weighted pressure with the warming relief of an extra large heating pad, plus massaging vibrations that can be turned on and off. The secret is therapeutic heat that's absorbed into the weighted clay beads, combined with massaging therapy, all stitched in a soft, luxurious fabric, delivering warm, soothing pressure therapy to muscles and joints. Watch when blasted with air. This regular heating pad blows away, but the weighted pressure and no-slip fabric keep Calming Heat securely in place. Calming Heat is the ideal way to calm muscle aches, loosen stiff joints, helps relieve hand pain, and soothe menstrual cramps.
Calming Heat helps me by relaxing the muscles and also just relieving the tension that I feel.
With the Calming Heat, it has the weighted beads in it so that you can put it anywhere on your body. And with the pressure, it'll help the heat get into your muscles quicker for faster relief.
It's a lot bigger. It was able to cover my whole lower back.
Plus, Calming Heat features one-touch control, a convenient 9-foot cord, and automatic shutoff. So while regular heating pads are blown away, Calming Heat's weighted, soothing pressure therapy can last all night and day. Take your relaxation to the next level with Calming Heat by Calming Comfort for just $59.99. As a bonus, you'll get the Stay Clean and Store Bag absolutely free. And Calming Heat comes with a free 1-year warranty. Order today and find out how you can get a second Calming Heat for 50% off and free shipping. That's right, free shipping. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-757-2892 or go to calmingheat.com. Order now.
Here's your chance to learn at home and create a rewarding career. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation right now. You could start your new life as an IT pro in months. Classes meet live online just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. Are you ready for a battle between two of the NFC's best? Is Mac ready to flex on them? Are Goff and the Rams ready to keep this offense humming? Are you ready for Monday night?
During the pandemic, JT would stream dance parties every Friday night just to bring the community together.
I feel the way positivity can change your life. It can actually open up more avenues for you.
Hey Rita, with 3% cash back on dining including takeout from Chase Freedom Unlimited, you now earn even more.
Then this is officially a takeout week.
That's a good choice, Rita. Bon appetit. Now earn 3% on dining including takeout and so much more. Chase, make more of what's yours.
You're watching Baseball Tonight. It's presented by Chevrolet.
Most and then the least swag on the team.
The most is Willie. Willie's got to be up there for sure. I like the way Willie does it. Blake's good too. He's got his own unique style, but I might go with like Willie or Blake, but probably Willie at the top.
I think that Blake has some good swag. Blake's now he's got some pretty good swag. Some of the other guys, you know, really come in with different outfits on all the time. So I'd probably say Willie.
Myself, I would say, who's got the least swag?
Me. I still got some work to do on the style of the game. Meadows.
I don't know. Like I feel like we got a bunch of older guys. So like Charlie, I love you, but like he's a dad, so he just like comes to the field and he just has a good time.
Charlie, but I think he'd admit to that. Like he's got his own thing, but in terms of swagger, I don't know if Charlie if he cuts it.
He's got 4 kids, man. He's as long as he gets out of the house from one piece.
I think the no swag is the best swag. I gotta go with my man Charlie Morton, and I know that I'm going totally against what everyone else wants to hear, but I'm old school in a way like that, and I like people who act like they've been there before. I think that's swaggy.
Willie Adames, so Mr. Swag, according to all your teammates back in spring training, we asked them who has the most swag on the team, and they said you do. So for those that don't know Willie Adames too well, what does that mean?
I don't know. I guess I dress good. I don't know. I guess that I come to the field with a lot of swag. I guess so.
I know your mom had a big influence in your life. Did your mom influence the way you dress?
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, she's a great influence. You know, she's my heart. She's my, you know, everything to me, and you know, obviously she raised me, you know, as a good person, and I'm gonna be always thankful for that. But you know, she's my heart.
Well, it's good to have your mom with you here. Let's get to the real stuff. You're facing the Dodgers. You're playing in a ballpark you haven't played in. We just saw pregame. Max Muncy took a ground ball off his glove, hit him in the eye. For you, important, what's the infield like? What's the field like for obviously a ballpark you've never played in before?
We just took ground ball yesterday, but it's pretty similar to our field, you know, with the turf and you know, obviously the regular dirt. But you know, we took ground ball yesterday. It wasn't that different. You know, it's just a new park. You know, we gotta take more ground balls today to get more used to that, and you know. I feel it's kind of the same, you know. It's just another great ballpark, you know, big league park, obviously, and it's good, man. I feel really good on it, and obviously it's amazing to be here in this park.
Right.
Willie and Mark Teixeira, congratulations on getting to the World Series. I'm so impressed with your defensive positioning. You guys always seem to be in the right place to make big plays. Is that something? Do you guys have cards? Is it the advanced meetings before the series, or is it something where every single pitch you guys are looking into the dugout? Take me through that positioning. It's basically, how you doing, Mark? Everything good? It's basically, you know, every pitch I gotta look to the dugout, and they position, they always, you know, telling us to move either to the right side or left side, you know. But there's a lot of movement everywhere on the infield. You know, we gotta be paying attention to rugged analysis, always giving us, and you know, we don't really talk about that before the game. You know, we do it in spring training, or you know, now during the game. You know, we talk about that. But it's a lot of movement. You gotta be paying attention to Robbie every time, because you know, it's basically every pitch they move you. You know, every hitter you're gonna move. Every pitch they're gonna be moving you. It's like one strike, you go two steps to the left, and then next pitch you gotta go 3 steps to the right. It's crazy, but you know, that's what we do, and you know, it's been successful, so we gotta get used to that.
Willie, it's Tim Kirkton. I've seen you guys take infield many times when Kevin or one of the coaches hits the hardest infield I've ever seen. What is that like when infield is taken at that kind of speed?
I mean, like Cash always say, man, you gotta play like a game. You know, that's why he hit it so hard. You know, he said you're gonna face Stanton, Judge. They hit the ball hard, so you gotta be ready for that. And that's how we practice. You know, every time he makes it fun though. You know, and I guess the past 3 years we got used to that. If we don't take ground ball like that, we feel lost. So you know, we got used to that, and it's fun. I tell you that, because like you practice like a game. So that's why during the games it's kind of like easier. It's not easy. It's just easier. And for us, you know, it's really fun to practice.
Excuse me.
So I'm gonna continue to do that, and if they start to hit the ball slow, I'm gonna tell them, nah, not like that. Hit it hard.
Well, one more question. When you're on the mound and Kevin Cash comes out and says, Charlie Morton, you're coming out of the game, I understand everybody's on the same page, but is there something inside your head that says, are we really doing this?
As a player, you always got things, going on in your mind, but you gotta respect what your manager do, and you gotta go live with it. You gotta support him, and we got his back. Whoever he brings, obviously, we wanna have Charlie, the mom, as long as he can be there. Well, whatever decision he make, we're gonna support that, and we're gonna have his back. So,
Well, you're better than me, because I thought it was crazy me. and it worked. So obviously he knows what he's doing. Willie, thanks very much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Willie.
Terrific personality, Willie Adames. So Willie at 7th in the lineup tonight for Kevin Cash. Good news, Kiermaier is back in there. Yanni Diaz has hit leadoff a few times. They got to get Loudmouth's Diaz going, don't they?
They do, and Manuel Margot has kind of been that Robin to the Batman of a Rosarena. 5 homers, 11 RBIs this postseason. He can swing the bat.
Right, 12 for 69 with runners in scoring position in this postseason for the Rays, and they're in the World Series.
Right.
That's because they hit the ball in the ballpark. 72% of the runs were scored on home runs.
It's not Murderers Row, and it ain't the Dodgers. And yet they have a guy that bats third who's better than everybody right now.
Randy Rosarena has 14 home runs since September 1st, which leads all of Major League Baseball. And one of the reasons he's been able to do that is because he's hitting high pitches. 7 home runs since September 1st, which leads all of baseball. Those high pitches, especially the fastballs, those are pitches that pitchers are trying to get you out with nowadays with high velocity. But a Rosarena, he's got a flat swing. He's a guy, he's not a launch angle disciple. He's not one of those guys that gets underneath of a ball and tries to lift it up in the air. He uses an old school swing, flat, direct to the ball. And so how are the Dodgers going to attack him in this series? They're going to have to keep the ball down. Fastballs below the waist, below the knees, and then sliders and breaking balls in the dirt. The only way to stop a guy like a Rosarena is to get him to swing at pitches low and out of the zone.
So you take a look at the home runs of rookies all time. Schwarber, Cabrera back in 03, Judge in 17, and this guy, Randy Rosarena. And Tim, this is the beauty of baseball. More than any other sport, that all of a sudden, he's the story.
Right, and if he gets 2 hits tonight, he'll have 23 hits in the postseason. That'll be the most of any rookie ever. Derek Jeter has 22, and he came out of nowhere for the most part and has carried this team into the World
Came out of St. Louis, and a lot of Cardinal fans are wondering, gosh, do we really have to move Randy or Rosarena? We're going to introduce MLB Film Room to everybody. It's powered by Google Cloud. Create custom reels and search 3.5 million videos. Watch, create, share. Only at MLB.com/Film Room. These two teams do something better than virtually every World Series team we've seen. That's play defense. We'll see the web gems of this postseason when we come back.
Hi, I'm Mookie Betts.
I'm Kevin Kiermaier.
Hi, I'm Cody Bellinger.
Hi, I'm Willie Adames.
I'm Manny Margot.
Makes the catch, and he jumps and he made the grab. Lays out and makes another great catch. Wow, what a play by Willie Adames.
Web gems.
Web gems. Web gems are next.
Web gems are next. You can catch me there.
America's favorite easy on, easy off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing Copperfit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These microencapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more Copperfit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric, made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our easy on, easy off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet
pains, and a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on the sock, see if it works. I have to say that I'm a fan.
The first ever easy on, easy off compression socks with hydrating ingredients worn by thousands of essential workers across the U.S. Order your Energy Plus compression socks online now at getenergyplus.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-591-0397. Order right now and get a second pair free.
I get compression, I get comfort, all in one sock.
Motorcycle guys appreciate the better technology. This is better technology.
Feel the power of Copperfit.
I gained 53 pounds.
Did she say gain weight?
I gained 53 pounds with CB1 weight gainer.
That's right. Introducing CB1 Weight Gainer, the weight gain pill.
I've been skinny most of my life.
CB1 weight gainer totally changed my life.
CB1 Weight Gainer is a safe, effective, and patented weight gain pill.
I searched and searched online and I finally found CB1 Weight Gainer. It took me only 3 months to gain 30 pounds.
I went from 150 to 175 in just 3 months.
All in all, I gained 53 pounds and I'm super pumped.
I look and feel better than ever.
Gain the weight you want or your money back guaranteed. Order today and we'll include the exclusive Weight Gain Guidebook. A $19.99 value free. Call now and we'll also upgrade your order to rush processing. A $6.99 value absolutely free. That's right. Save over $25 when you call or visit cb1weightgainer.com now.
This is October. The remix. And it's all about to go down. The World Series. The championship. The ring. The respect. So go get that trophy. Or go home.
Are you ready for some football?
This is weird. Dead silence.
How about now? Are you ready to get serious? Ready for everyone and everything to mean business? Are you ready to cut off the sleeves, circle the bandwagons, and be hungrier than ever? Well, the 180-degree turnarounds are ready. So are the 360-degree ones. Because everything is ready to matter, no matter what. Are you ready?
Baseball Tonight is presented by Chevrolet, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. Find new roads.
First pitch about 12 minutes from now. And of course, both games can be seen on Fox and heard on ESPN Radio. Dan Schulman will have the call on ESPN Radio with Chris Singleton, Jess Mendoza, Buster Olney. Those both are at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Now about 15 minutes, Ben.
Welcome into the Daily Wager Studios here in Las Vegas. I am Doug Kaziri. Let's break down this World Series from a betting perspective. The Rays are the dogs in this one. Dodgers minus 210 favorites, which translates to a 68% chance. First time an NL team is at least a 2-to-1 favorite.
Oh, doing a national anthem now. Jason, an Illusions blaster is 65. Let me know if you're interested. I can drop a custom order link that you'd be able to go on and pay for it if you're interested.
If you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
What does that mean for you? Household incomes down $6,500 a year. Higher gas prices at the pump and utility bills at home.
And here's how it works. I'm going to raise taxes.
Small businesses pay more. 5 million jobs lost.
You're going to get a tax raise.
An economy in ruins. That's what Joe Biden's tax increase means for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
This is an important election announcement. If you are one of millions of Pennsylvanians voting early by mail, complete your entire ballot in blue or black ink. Don't forget to seal your completed ballot in the smaller secrecy envelope. Then, place that in the larger return envelope. You must place the ballot in the secrecy envelope for your vote to count. You must also complete and sign the voter declaration on the back of the return envelope. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Join Bet365 now and discover the power of the world's favorite sportsbook. Watch thousands of live games. Build your own bet. You can even bet on games while they're still being played. Seriously. And if you can't watch the games live, we'll alert you of any changes. Nice. We're the world's favorite sportsbook. And this is no ordinary betting app.
The last few months have been tough.
Before that, Trump had the economy rolling. Joe Biden is promising to raise taxes. On day one.
Higher taxes in this economy?
It'll be a disaster.
As a small business owner, that will crush us. But guess what? If you elect me, I'm not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut. And this guy has lost it. I don't get it.
It's ridiculous.
Biden raises taxes. We'll be the ones paying the tax.
America First Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hi everyone, it's me, Maya Bialik. I've got a new comedy coming to Fox called Call Me Cat. I play the owner of a cat cafe, and it's gonna be perfect. Oh, I apologize. I couldn't help myself.
Call Me Cat. Premieres this January on Fox.
Thursday, a doubleheader on Fox. First, Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation. Then, the final presidential debate, covered by the most trusted team, and what it all means for our nation. Two big events, one place. Fox News Channel. America is watching. Thursday Night Football on Fox. Grudge match reignites. Jones and the Giants. Wentz and the Eagles. Touchdown. Thursday Night Football on Fox. NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video.
Are you ready to be entertained?
Welcome to the Fall Classic.
It's the Rays and the Dodgers. Okay, now you guys know how to celebrate. It's game one of the World Series.
Yes, sir, it is. Let's have some fun. What a great matchup for this World Series. It is game one tonight. The Tampa Bay Rays and Los Angeles Dodgers. Tyler Glasnow getting the ball for Tampa Bay. And the veteran left-hander Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Joe Buck. John Smoltz, a Hall of Famer, is coming right up. Well, after a shortened 60-game regular season, 16 teams got into the postseason tournament, and 2 are left. For the Dodgers, they're here in the Fall Classic for the 3rd time over the last 4 years. second time in franchise history. How did they get here? Well, they just put together the best record in the American League. They have a terrific pitching staff, third best in baseball, and they can bring it. And they have a guy that was just dropped down out of the sky, Randy Arozarena, absolutely red hot. He is setting records every time he steps to the plate. It feels like, and so I'll ask you, Hall of Famer John Smoltz, when you watch this Tampa Bay Rays team, they're fun to watch. They come at it in a different way than most. But man, they are a dangerous club. They are. They have more pieces to the puzzle than anybody else, and they put those pieces in place to be an advantage for them. And what I mean by that is their bullpen is so good that if they have a lead going in the seventh inning, 63-0 since last year. I think they play backwards to front. They're going to make it chaotic for the Dodgers. And they have real good starting pitching, but they're going to do it with a lot of pieces in the bullpen. You already mentioned how hard they throw. We've been doing some World Series together. Third time we are seeing the Dodgers over the last 4 years of the World Series. Tell me how they win. Why is it different in 2020? Well, it's different because they have a more prototypical lineup. Their offense is great. We know about their starting pitching, but it's really Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts has had an influence on this clubhouse. He's had an influence on the defense. He can beat you with his glove, his arm, his legs, and of course his bat. It's those defensive plays that allowed them to beat the Braves, and I really believe that Mookie Betts
Yeah, Ben, I do.
is for real, and it gives the
Let me just look. There's one there. Let me see if I have another one.
ceremonial first pitch. Let's rejoin PA announcer Chuck Morgan.
Yeah, I have one left, Ben. Yeah, one left here. Series 1 hockey.
And this year, it marks the culmination of one of the most unique seasons our game has ever known. An unlikely but remarkable chapter in baseball history. And tonight, Major League Baseball honors the frontline heroes who have inspired us all year long, demonstrating resilience and extraordinary commitment during the pandemic.
Okay.
Serving their
Sounds good.
and their fellow citizens who are most in need. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in center field for the ceremonial first pitch for Game 1 of the World Series are 4 amazing examples of that spirit. Please welcome Brittany Burns, a nurse practitioner who left her home in San Antonio to work in New York City at the onset of the COVID-19 crisis and now is on the front lines of this fight back here in Texas. Erica Coleman, a kidney transplant nurse right here in Dallas, who volunteered to serve in the COVID unit at Parkland Hospital. Jamie Eames and Ryan Ward, a married couple from Tulsa, Oklahoma, both nurses who packed up their belongings and drove to New York City in April, where they worked tireless hours during those early days of virus. And then in July, packed up, drove to Texas to do it again. These 4 inspiring healthcare professionals represent the best in all of us. Brittany, Erica, Jamie, and Ryan, on behalf of all of Major League Baseball, we thank you for your tremendous service to our country and those in need. Now, Jamie will be throwing tonight's ceremonial first pitch and doing the catching, her husband, Ryan. All right, Jamie, let's see that pitch. Thank you. Fantastic. And what's really important in this world in these times, as I said before, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun over the next potentially 7 games. Tampa Bay Rays, the Los Angeles Dodgers, it's down to 2. One of these 2 teams will take home that trophy. Can't wait to watch it all unfold on Fox.
Let me know when you're back on here, Ben. Oh, you're on there. Okay, I see you paid. Yep, we got it. You're good. Okay, here we go. Live case break. Heath personal box break number 69. 2019-20 Upper Deck Series 1 hockey for Ben. Good luck, Ben. Let's hope we get you something good here. Empty box. All right, Ben. Once again, good luck. Here we go. Just do this here, Ben, quick. Make sure you can see this stuff a little bit better. Okay, here we go. Alright. Radulov, Hanifin, Klingberg, Energy Insert, Jonathan Drouin, Holtby, Foxa, Seabrook, Cody Eakin. Nice way to start off the World Series with a little break here. Lundqvist, Bertuzzi, Pesky, Kyle Turris, Canvas, Rantanen, Kucherov, Muzzin, Hornquist. Silverberg, Morrissey, Borgstrom, Leon Bergman Young Guns, Helm, Pagelli, Gustafson, and Buknevich. Anybody you're looking for in particular out of this box, Ben? You collect anybody in hockey? Sam Bennett, Tuukka Rask, Okposo, Bodker, Portraits, Connor McDavid, Oshie, Zucker, and Cam Fowler. You don't have a Quinn Hughes. We tried to get you a Quinn Hughes last time, didn't we? And we got Jack Hughes, didn't we? And he's definitely in Series 1. Checklist. Boone Jenner. Draisaitl. Miro Heiskanen, Generation Next. Hellebuck. Koskinen. Benino. Thomas Hertl. Yes, they're both in it. Okay. Backlund, Nathan McKinnon, Richardson, Spurgeon, Energy, Logan Couture, Kempney, Perron, Petrano. Green, Toffoli, Borsek, Matt Roy Young Guns, Sorelli, Chytron, Dumba, Pacquiaretti. Killorn Couturier, Eric Stahl, Hintz, Canvas, Jonathan Huberdeau, Denault, Martin Jones, JVR. Well, base hit right out the gate for the Rays. Diaz. That's a upper deck retro. Patrick Waugh, Barzell, Lindholm, Seguin, and Strame. Brandon Sade, Dvorak, Taylor Hall, Jonathan Taze, Portraits Max Domi, Drew Doughty, Christian Fisher, Clefbaum. Let me look here. It is not numbered. It's UD 30th anniversary card number 16. So it's like they take cards from the last 30 years, I guess, and put them in there. Peterson, Bratt, Bailey, McKenzie, McEachern, Kuznetsov, Burns, Tatar, Josh Anderson. Got one out, and here is Rosarena. Lars Eller, Roussel, Mark Stone, Jake Vertman, upper deck game jersey. Chabot and Darren Sprong. Niederreiter, Carlson, Jamarlson, Sidney Crosby, Energy, insert, Ellers, Bozak, Komarov, and Nolan Patrick. Braden Shen, Severson, Barkov, Dylan Larkin, Ryan McDonough, Canvas, Grubauer, Carter Hart, Gord. He walked the Rosarena, man on first and second, one out. Schultz, Cheidel, Cal Clutterbuck, Zach McEwen, Granlund, Rust, Kaufman, Sheary. Ryan Ellis, Ryan Little, Bugstad, Coat Kanemi, Thomas Hurdle portraits, Zizekas, Shevnikov, and De Kaiser. Stastny, Chara, Max Domi, Rasmus Dahlin, Generation Next insert. Ekholm, Mark Stahl, Nick Ritchie, and a checklist of Austin Matthews and Johnny Hockey. Crawford, Arvidsson, Erickson, Lindholm, Dylan Larkin energy insert. Krug, Clifford, and Shea Weber. Nurse, Vander Kane, Brendan Dillon, Teddy Bluger, Young Gun, Ryan Suter, Logan Couture, Giordano, and Stecker. Duncan Keith, Petrie, Tom Wilson, Robert Thomas, Heiskanen Canvas, Middlestott, Bennington, Jeff Carter. Peugeot, Trevanian, DeBrusque, to Retro Connor McDavid. Not numbered, UD 30, number 28. Fleury, Eric Steppen, Austin Matthews, and Vertanen. Theodore, Bobby Ryan, Nylander, Foligno, Portraits Lundqvist, Lowry, Duclair, and Wenberg. Sidney Crosby, Pietrangelo, Yandel, and there he is. The one you needed, my man. Quinn Hughes. I didn't know if we were going to get another young gun or not. I thought we already had 6. But there he is. Now your set is complete, correct? Whew, that's what you were looking for. Congratulations there. Found him. Charlie Coyle, Johnny Gaudreau, Coleman, Bo Horvat. All right, last pack, Ben. Let me look here. Yeah, Ben, I mean, I'm not an expert on the centering of these things, of what you're supposed to look for to make sure that it's centered, but the edges, the corners, the surface, everything looks solid, so. Last pack, Ben, here we go. Scheifele, Hedman, Jonathan Quick, Comfer, Shooting Stars, Jack Eichel, insert. Strom, Nielsen, and Hamilton. So just let me know, Ben, before I log off, if you want me to write the PSA on this one, so Tim sends it to PSA for you. All right. Congratulations, and thank you so much for buying into the box. Yeah, I was worried there for you a little bit, Ben, with the young guns that you got, because I didn't really recognize any of those names. And I was like, I know you only needed a Quinn Hughes to complete your set. So it was nice to see Mr. Quinn Hughes come out for you. You got it. Put that on the card right now so he knows. All right. They'll send it to PSA then. Send it up to Tim tomorrow. So Kershaw got out of inning, and now Glasnow's on the mound. If anybody's watching and they're interested in anything, any personals, there's the link. I just posted it up in chat. Also, we have 2020 UFC. We have in basketball, Illusion Blasters and Fat Packs, and Chronicles Blasters and Fat Packs. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Feel free to chat away in the chat section. We're all friendly around here. Love to hear about what's going on in your neck of the woods.
right now has been just kind of spiking some pitches. You can expect that. A little bit of nerves. Kershaw survived a little shaky first inning. First couple pitches, 96. Now he's at full tilt, throwing the next fastballs at around 100. 2-0 pitch is chopped off. Yeah, that might be the toughest guy in Texas right now. But he didn't flinch. Laz calling the balls and strikes tonight. 2-1 the count. Second World Series for Seager was injured when the Dodgers were in it in 2018. That's foul. So he's out in front of it, 2-2. Well, he's healthy and he's dominating right now, and he's got to feel great when he comes to it. It's got to feel like a mistake if somebody gets him out. That's how good a hitter goes. He's seen the pitches. The first one he tried to hunt fastball and held up. Other than that, he's barreling up everything he sees. 2-2 pitch is down. So that's that at the bottom line. The only other shortstop to win the MVP award in NLCS history is Osborne Earl Smith, also known as Ozzy. Right here, he caught one down the line. It might go. It did go. People went crazy. 3-2 pitch is on the way, and it's a wild walk. Well, it's back, and that's good. Last year, we barely got out of my mouth if they were giving away tacos. This World Series is an event full of rich history and tradition. Includes steal a base, steal a taco when a player steals a base.
And on first for the Dodgers. 1 out.
Doritos Locos Taco for everyone in America. Steal a base, steal a taco is back only at Taco Bell. I'm not saying Corey Seager will steal a base, but you can steal a base off of Tyler Glasnow. If the right guy gets on, they stole 9 bases on him during the year.
99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Strike one at Justin Turner, who has 71 career postseason.
Kids pumped up.
Number 2 among active players and is 15 postseason doubles. Number 1 in Dodger franchise history. Again, more opportunities, more games in the postseason. That is
We have a store called Harbor Freight here, Ben, and they have these cases that have the it's like foam padding, but they're little cubes that you just pull out the cubes, and they work really great for graded card cases.
but in this year, statistically, struggles against the four-seamer. Last down falls behind 2-1. Tyler came to the Rays.
And I've seen a bunch of different ones out there, and they all look nice. But this one, I think I paid, I don't know, $45, and I can make like 3 full rows. Not that I have that many graded cards to put in there, but I like it. It's pretty nice. You might be able to go on to harborfreight.com and even order one of them and get it shipped to you from from here. I don't even know if they have that down in Australia. The other thing is you might be able to reach out to Tim and see if he has any connections with graded card cases that he might be able to ship you, from his location. See if I can find it here.
Brings it
revolutionaries. The ones that changed the game forever. Understanding strength is never enough. Evolving, imagine, seeing the world not as it is, but how it could be. That's how true greatness is realized. That is how you change the world.
Ben, here's you still here? Here's the link for that case that I was talking about at Harbor Freight. So you should be able to click on that link and it should take you to the website. That's the large one. They have a medium and a small one. The large is $42.99. I don't know if they would ship it to Australia, but that'll at least get you in the right neighborhood of something. That's the one I bought. I'm happy with it. So I believe they have different colors too. I think I bought a black one. The one that's in the picture looked like that was an orange one. But like I said, it's the inside you're really looking for. Yeah, I don't know how much something like that, if they would ship it to Australia, or if you could get somebody here to pick one up for you and ship it to you. But I mean, I don't know how much something like that would cost to ship. It doesn't weigh a ton, but it is bulky. So, but even if it, I mean, for $42.99, even if it costs you $150 to ship it, I don't know if that's a big number or not big number, but for $200 to have your cards protected, you know, that's not a bad investment. But maybe it's cheaper than that. I don't know. Yeah, if you go on eBay, Ben, they sell on eBay the foam inserts, like replaceable inserts, I believe. So you might be able to just go on eBay and buy, you know, find something, you know, with the dimensions, and go on eBay and look at look at who's selling foam inserts, you know, for the protective cases, and you might be able to find something, you know, for cheap for the insert, and then you don't have to really make something. But either that or that the name of that case was Apache, so you might be able to go to like on Apache.com or something like that, ApacheCases.com, and find it that way, and maybe you can buy it right from the manufacturer. I don't know. Kershaw works fast.
Opponent's batting average against left-handers. You can see why. It just has such an interesting tilt and delivery that makes it tough on left-handers, and he can throw his curveball at any time. Outside of 2-2. Kiermaier, one of the couple of homegrown players, so to speak, product of the farm system by the Rays.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen a lot on different Facebook groups, Ben. Different guys that either made them themselves or found them somewhere, and you know, that's how I found that one at Harbor Freight. I saw somebody post it up, and I was like, "Oh, we have a Harbor Freight not far from where I'm at. Let me go check it out." And I went and found them, and I was like, "Oh, these are nice." So.
This MLB postseason will be unlike anything we've ever seen. Samsung's 5G technology helps power a new Fox Sports app experience, bringing fans an immersive view of the game. Choose from 5 unique angles around the night.
Yeah, the Chiefs won last night. I think 26-17. I think it was. It was raining in that game, so I don't know. I know Mahomes threw 2 touchdowns to Kelsey, and one of the running backs ran one in, but it looked like it was going to be a shootout game in the first half, and then things just slowed down in the second half big time.
My ambition ever since I was probably 4 or 5 years old was to go pro. My junior year, I ended up having a season-ending knee injury. During the draft, I didn't hear my name. That was kind of the end of my playing days. My goal was to stay healthy after sports, having multiple...
Nah, he didn't play, I don't think, last night. They were talking about that. They're waiting for him, and Sammy Watkins is out. So they're waiting for him to come back. He's a speed burner.
Mindset of everyone buying in for the same common goal. When your team is riding together, it makes you push that much harder not to let them down. Start the day with a win and go from there.
There is only one America. No Democratic rivers. No Republican mountains. Just this great land. And all that's possible on it. With a fresh start. Cures we can find. Futures we can shape. Work to reward. Dignity to protect. There is so much we can do if we choose.
No, I'll go the day of, Ben. My police station is only like 4 blocks from my house, so I'll just go down there and vote the day of.
Joe Biden doesn't need everyone in this country to always agree. Just to agree we all love this country. And go from there.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Today's aerial coverage brought to you by Camping World, making RVing fun and easy since 1966.
About 2 weeks from today, I guess, is election day. I have a feeling, though, we're not going to know the results for many, many weeks afterwards, just because of all the mail-in ballots that they have to go through and stuff like that. Yeah, I think people can vote early. I just don't know if you could do that in person or if that's only through like mail-in ballots. So I just always have gone in person to vote. So want to make sure my vote counts and it doesn't get caught halfway between here and there and thrown away or something like that.
Struggles with the breaking balls, that's why you're seeing some early and really good where he keeps his hands. It just seems like to me, if I was out on the mound, it would be do not get the ball up, try to get the ball down. Good high ball hitter. And right now he's turned into a great hitter for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He started out, and for those of you who didn't catch the first couple series, he was 0 for 11.
Well, that's weird. I never saw that. 4 outfielders for one hitter. Guess he hits a lot of gaps. Struck him out. Didn't need it. Yeah, the problem with that, Ben, is you have California and New York that are primarily Democratic states. You know, the people that usually vote for Democrats, they make up a huge portion of the population of the United States between those two states. So if it went to the popular vote, I don't think a Republican would ever have a chance, or an independent for that matter. A Democrat person would win it every single time. So, and that's why they set it up that way. I mean, they get more of the electoral vote, those states, because they're bigger, but the smaller states still get a say in it, so to speak. I think if the Democrats got their way, they would definitely try to get rid of the Electoral College, because they know that would secure them being in the White House many, many times over, you would think. I'm not a real big political person. I don't watch too much news because it's all negative. I'd rather just watch sports because at least you can pull your positives out of sports. Base hit for Chris Taylor. From what I hear, Ben, and again, I haven't done the research, because I really don't care to do it, but it seems like a lot of the colleges are really teaching more of a liberal program. So down the road here, who knows what happens with the good old US of A, with the way people think and vote and stuff like that. I'm a little old school. No, Ben, if everybody voted Republican, I mean, whoever the Republican candidate would get, the whatever Pennsylvania's, how many, electoral votes, college, whatever they call it, how many, like Pennsylvania's got 20, but California may have 50. If everybody voted Republican, I think, the Republican candidate would get all of Pennsylvania's, electoral college vote, or whatever you call it. So I say I'm not that big into the politics, but I believe that's the way it goes. And some of these states are going to be split, and that's, and it's going to be close. So that's why it's probably going to take some time to figure out who might be the winner. yeah, I don't think anybody can just override what the votes are, Ben, in any state. I think whatever the votes are, they are, and that's, that's what happens. But you read about a lot of shady stuff going on with the the mail-in ballots where they're getting thrown away in dumpsters and things like that. So I'm sure both sides, whoever is declared the loser, will try to fight it somehow or some way, unless it's such a blowout victory for one or the other that there really is no sense in trying to fight it. End of the second. Yeah, it would, especially for the American people. Because if the two sides can't work together to get laws passed and bills passed that help the American people one way or the other, and it's just a stalemate and nothing gets done, I mean, it's not positive, that's for sure. It's negative. So Ben, how are things down in Australia as far as the COVID? Are you guys locked down yet? You guys roaming free? Is it still a big deal? Is it fading away? What's going on down there? The pandemic. If anybody's in the room and is interested in a personal, here's the link to the personal pages. Also have 2020 Tops UFC, Illusions, Basketball, Blasters and Fat Packs, and Chronicles Blasters and Fat Packs. If anybody's watching and is interested, just want to hang out and chat, jump in a chat, join in, feel free. Everybody's welcome to throw their 2 cents in the conversation.
And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
My full name is Chiamaka Bakacha. I was applying to internships all throughout college. I just wasn't hearing anything back. Because of my name, some employers didn't think I could speak English. It made me feel like I should change my name or go by something different.
And one day I got an alert from Indeed about the contact tracing position next week.
Hi, this is Chia. I did learn to appreciate my name, and I would never change it now.
I know that this job is just the beginning for me.
All right, well, that's good news to hear from down there. I see some of our states are starting to bump up as far as their positive cases, but I don't see anything getting worse as far as the death rate. I guess that's the most important thing. Here in Pennsylvania, our legislature voted to open up all restaurants and bars at full capacity, but then our governor vetoed it and said no. So I'm not sure he's going to get reelected. He's been pretty rough through this whole time, not letting businesses, try to reopen and survive. So we'll see. See what happens. Both these pitchers in this game are dealing pretty good early.
Clayton Kershaw, with his 3 strikeouts now, has 196 career postseason strikeouts. 4 more to pass you. Couldn't get 1 more to get 200.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, especially in the early part of it when nobody really truly knew exactly how it was, how much, it was infectious and could spread, and, what surfaces can it survive on, and all that stuff. So it is tough. But at a certain point, I just think that, I work in healthcare, and really when you look at the statistics, it's not much worse than our flu, if at all worse than the flu. It might even not be as worse as the flu. Every year, lots of people get the flu, and there's lots of people that end up dying from the flu. We have people get the flu shot, the vaccination, and sometimes that still don't work because it's a different strain of the flu. So I think at some point you have to reopen and say, hey, this is what's going to be. This is what we're going to have to live with from here on out. And who knows what else comes down the road in our lifetimes that could be worse. But here comes Lau. So, some people think they just should shut everything down and not open anything up at all. I don't know if that gets rid of the virus or not, though. It's hard. It's a hard situation, and I understand it from, certain point of views that they want to keep things shut down so it doesn't spread and try to protect everybody. But at the same time, at a certain stage already, we've lost so many small businesses here in Pennsylvania that'll never reopen financially. And then, at what point do you say, hey, if our economy is gonna bounce back, things need to be open for people to go spend their money on. And then you have to look at, the job situation. Is there jobs available? Or are there not jobs available because things are still shut down?
I'm here on business. I need your help. I've been quested to bring this one back to its kind. If I can locate other Mandalorians, they can guide me.
I want to watch this, The Mandalorian, Star Wars on Disney. I watched the first season, so I'm definitely going to watch the second season. That's on the 30th. Well, the funny thing is, Ben, is I work at a hospital, and at no time was it ever clogged up. There was people there, and there was positive cases and people in the hospital, but a lot of the other things that people go to the hospital they weren't going to the hospital, so there was plenty of beds still available for people. So we'll see. I guess we won't really know, maybe for a few years, the actual total impact of what happened in 2020 until they really put the numbers on paper and figure it out. Somebody has cancer, they get put on hospice, which is sort of, here in the States, like an end of your life comfort measures care. And they die in a nursing home because they end up getting COVID. They label it as a COVID death, not that the person died from cancer. And, so it's like they got to get all those facts squared away as far as, those statistics to be able to really say, was it justified, was it not justified? And again, I don't think that's going to come out for years. So
It's the Google Dine-In Motivator. Hashtag. From Google.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Chevrolet, introducing the all-new Chevy Suburban and Tahoe. And by IBM, let's put smart to work. Clap or cheer for the Rays and Dodgers during the World Series from home. Let your excitement be heard with MLB's Cheer in the Ballpark. Visit MLB.com/cheer to join in. Last now, deals 96.
bottom of the third.
Strike one to Austin Barnes.
0-0.
Pitches at 100 or better for Glasnow over the first two innings. 27 this postseason. And another. He's now getting his rhythm. And he wants to be kind of like, he wants his feet and body to act as if they're dancing in a rhythm.
Yeah, they come out with the different numbers every year for different, things. But I would imagine it's hard for them to get really close to the actual number. Excuse me.
Obviously is where you've got your foot connected to, and so there's not really a push off per se. There's just a balance on the inside part of your knee, and then when you hit the front leg landing, let it go. The other way, foul. Glasnow is one of the many big leaguers to have played at Howard High School. California, part of Santa Clarita. Long list. There's a strike, and that is now 3 strikeouts over the last 4 outs picked up by Glasnow. Ball pops out right there. The hitter freezes for a second. He's done. He's got to get ready for 99 to 100. And when he's throwing his curveball for a strike, he is doubly tough. He really only has 2 pitches. You'd say, well, do you need more than that when you throw 100?
I've done some non-sports throughout the year, Ben, but I don't really collect any of them, of like the Marvel or any non-sports stuff.
One out, nobody on, and a foul straight back by Betts.
I was reading interesting facts today on Marvel, and they talked about the Black Panther and the language they use for Wakanda. And it's actually a real language that's in South Africa. I guess a smaller tribe uses that language. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Can light up a radar gun, there's no doubt about that. But it's not just bringing velocity. Check swing. Talked about Hart High School in Newhall, California, public school, 30 miles northwest of LA. Since 2016, he and other Hart alums, Trevor Bauer, Mike Montgomery, Matt Maleka, have been in big leagues together. 10 other players have made it to the majors for Hart. Todd Edwards-Seal, Kevin Millar, our very good friend, and Bob Walk. That's outside. Bob, 40 years ago, started and won game 1.
Did you get any? Did they put any autographs in that stuff, Ben? Of like the real life actors that played those characters, or no? Or was it just like artist stuff?
Count 2 and 2. The next appearance is inside. Another full count. Betts has the best OPS for 2 strikes. That's on base plus slugging. So he has second best, in Major League Baseball. And he's shown throughout the postseason he's not afraid to get behind in the count and battle to a 3-2 or neutral count. Here it comes, and grounded foul. That's now Seager on deck. Just
Oof.
pounded by the bat of Betts. Strikeout number 4 for Glasnow. That's a rarity right there. You don't
So the sketches are the good ones, huh? Did you get a sketch?
Mookie Betts had not swung and missed on a pitch in about 16 or so pitches, maybe a little longer, and that four-seam fastball just beat him on the outside part of the plate. Outstanding velocity, as we've already documented. Here is Seager. Takes the ball, having one of the best overall postseasons in Major League Baseball history by a shortstop.
Anybody that's in the room, here's the link if anybody's interested in a personal box. Feel free to check it out. If you just want to hang out and chat a little bit, that's fine. I think I'm going to hang on till about 9:30 tonight. Everybody, I think, is watching the World Series game. So, probably about 9:30 I'll log off. So if you're interested in anything, let me know. Yeah. Oh wow, you did. So you bucked the odds. Nice, 1-8, and you got one. I would have opened 8 boxes, not gotten a sketch, and they'd have been like, "Oh, it's not guaranteed an 8." Was it nice looking, or was it like one of these 5th grade sketch cards that you see? I can't believe that Topps allows some of the sketches to get into their products. I mean, I know they don't pay the artist anything. They give them a few of their own sketch cards that they can sell as like an artist proof on their own, but average one? Okay. I think the best sketch I had gotten was out of Star Wars Masterworks. The first year they did it, I got a book sketch of Han Solo and Princess Leia by a really nice artist, and I think I got like $1,200 for it. And then out of that Cryptozoic DC stuff, that was fairly expensive a box, I got a Batman sketch by was it Matt and something, his brother Glebe. And it was a really nice sketch. That one I got like, I think, $500 or $600 for. Other than that, I usually get the Stickman 5th grader level sketch. Still better than what I can draw, but Ben, you collect any soccer stuff down there? Any soccer cards?
Happy anniversary.
For what?
Every year you're with us, you get $50 toward your home deductible. It's a policy perk for being a Farmers customer.
Do I have to do anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Who plays for Liverpool? Is that Neymar and Suarez and them guys? I'm just starting to get into soccer and I'm trying to figure that whole thing out. Seems like they got 350 million leagues around the world. Mane and Salah. Okay.
And now a special message from T-Mobile.
Bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Full count. 1 in 5 kids in the U.S. may not be able to afford to play sports, including Little League.
So T-Mobile is going back for Little Leaguers with every postseason home run by donating up to $2 million and keeping 20,000 big leagues.
Wow. Seeing Messi scored a goal for the 16th year in a row. I saw that on the bottom line on ESPN. I was like, wow. I only have a few cards. I got a couple Mbappe's, Jadon Sancho, Lewandowski, Pulisic, and trying to think. I have a couple Messis and Ronaldos, of course. 1 or 2 other guys I have. Can't think off the top of my head who they are. Guess next year when the World Cup qualifiers come around and then the World Cup the following year, all that soccer stuff should get hot again. Salah's the best? Better than Mbappe? Everybody keeps telling me Mbappe's the best. Uh-oh, 2-0-2, 1-2 on a Rosarena already. Mane. No, Kylian Mbappe for France. And I think he plays for PGD or something like that. PSG? PSG, I don't know. I'm still learning all this stuff. Rosarena struck out. Alright guys, I'm going to give you a 15-minute log off warning that I'm going to probably call it a night around 9:30. No, he struck out this time. So I'm going to give it a little bit. And I'm going to send, it looks like most people are probably watching the World Series right now. So not many people in the room tonight. I only watched bits and pieces, Ben. I only watched bits and pieces. I do like basketball, just for some reason I couldn't get into the finals this year. I didn't think the Heat had the size to play with the Lakers, and for the most part, I was correct. Yeah, some of that too. People don't like the way LeBron James and some of the athletes have spoken up about different things, and so it's a whole nother thing here in the States going on. But again, I try to just block it out. I've seen Colby Covington called out LeBron James again. That's funny. I don't think LeBron would get into a cage with him. Yeah, I mean, he's a big dude, that's for sure. I mean, you know, if he swings on you and connects, I mean, that's a big fella landing on you. But Colby Covington would just take him down and just ground and pound the hell out of him, probably. At least that's what I think would happen. I don't know.
This is tech that helps you be there. The Nissan Altima, now offering the most tech-advanced engine in its class.
Did Spin Rock just die?
Yeah.
Can you do it again? Sure. It's the beginning. Lesson. Rewind 10 seconds. Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Pick or call for a quote today.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile, your ticket to the game on America's largest 5G network. And by Allstate, get better protected with Allstate. You've never been in better hands. Tonight's Hero coverage brought to you by Camping World. I was gone for Game 7. Told the Dodgers won that game. Did anybody hit the...
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy team. His last like 5 games, he averaged like 31 or 32 points a game. He looks like he's going to be a scoring point guard. I saw a proposed trade, the Bulls and the Sixers, and they were going to send Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, and a 4th overall pick to the Sixers for Ben Simmons and a Sixers first round pick. And as much as I like Ben Simmons, I would do that trade and bring in Kobe White. I like Lauri Markkanen when he's healthy. Zach LaVine's just a nice, role player. And the 4th overall pick, you'd think you'd find somebody decent. But I do think the Sixers would have to get rid of Al Horford and or maybe Tobias Harris. Because I also heard Paul George wants to come play for the Sixers with Doc Rivers. So, be interesting offseason and see who goes where. I heard Bradley Beal wants to go play for the Lakers. So we shall see. Yeah, they tried to replace Butler with Horford, and then J.J. Redick, that loss was huge because it took away our three-point shooting for the most part. So, you know, I don't know that. I think they chose the coach over Butler, and they probably should have chose Butler over the coach. Although I like Brett Brown. He's coaching your Australian national team now, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. I know they ain't getting Jimmy Butler back now, but it's hard when you get a bunch of guys that are supposedly all all-stars and to get them all on the same page as far as, you know, getting enough shots up for each guy and all that stuff. Yeah, Brett Brown went down and he's coaching the Australian team now. That's what he decided to do. Maybe Ben Simmons will play for Australia. You can get Andrew Gaze out of retirement. Alright guys, last call if you want anything tonight. If not, I'll be back on probably next Tuesday. Home run. Bellinger. 2-run shot. 2-zip. LA. Yeah, I think it comes down to money, Ben. You know? They follow the money trail. Yeah, it's getting hot at the right time. Wow, 98 mile an hour fastball and 108 on the way out.
puts the Dodgers on top 2-0. A walk, a ground out, a home run. Next pitch bounces well in front of the plate to Chris Taylor. Tyler giving up 11 home runs going into this game. That's home run number 12.
Yeah, thank you, Ben, for buying in. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. And hopefully that Quinn Hughes will PSA 10 for you. I'll get that up to out to Tim tomorrow at some point. So have a good rest of your day down there, mate. All right, everybody else, anybody else? I am about to log off, so everybody have a good night. Enjoy the rest of that Game 1 of the World Series if you're watching it, and stay safe out there. Heath with Live Case Break, logging out.